Celebrities who passed away in 2022. Vytautas Paukštė. On March 14th, Lithuanian engineer and inventor Vytautas Paukštė passed away at the age of 72. Paukštė was best known for his work on the first jet engine, which he designed in the early 1940s. While his engine was not used in any practical applications, it paved the way for future jet engines and allowed Paukštė to become one of the most respected engineers in Lithuania. In addition to his work on jet engines, Paukštė also made significant contributions to the development of Lithuania's railways and roads. His death was a loss to both the engineering community and his country as a whole. Rebecca Balding. On October 17th, Rebecca Balding died. She was an actress and director who had a long and successful career in Hollywood. Balding was best known for her roles in films such as The Exorcist and Thelma and Louise. However, she also had a significant impact on television with appearances on shows such as ER and CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. In recent years, Balding had been working as a director, and her work was highly acclaimed. Her death came as a shock to the entertainment industry, and tributes have been paid to her from all over the world. Rebecca Balding was a talented artist who will be deeply missed by her fans. Ottavio Cinquanta. Hockey fans around the world are mourning the loss of one of the game's greats today, as news broke that Ottavio Cinquanta had passed away at the age of 71. A native of Italy, Cinquanta was a trailblazer in European hockey, helping to grow the sport in his home country and throughout the continent. He also had a long and successful career as a player and coach, winning multiple championships at both the club and international level. In recent years, he became known for his work as a broadcaster, sharing his wisdom and insight with new generations of hockey fans. He will be deeply missed by everyone who loved the game of hockey. Rest in peace, Ottavio. Charles Johnson. An award-winning author, Charles Johnson passed away at the age of 77. A celebrated chronicler of the African-American experience, Johnson was the recipient of both the National Book Award and the MacArthur Genius Grant. His best-known work, Middle Passage, is a gripping historical novel about the horrors of slavery and the brutal journey of a slave ship across the Atlantic Ocean. Johnson was also a respected professor of English at the University of Washington, where he taught for more than 3 decades. In addition to his literary achievements, he was an outspoken advocate for social justice, using his platform to speak out against racism and inequality. Charles Johnson was a towering figure in American letters, and his death is a great loss to the literary world. Danielle Graul. Danielle Graul, a French businesswoman and the chairwoman of cosmetics company L'Oreal, died December 17th at the age of 86. Miss Graul was born in 1934 in Paris, the only child of middle-class parents. She attended a Catholic boarding school and then the prestigious Sorbonne University, from which she graduated with a degree in philosophy. After a stint working as a journalist, she joined L'Oreal in 1957 as a public relations assistant. Ms. Graul quickly rose through the ranks of the company, becoming its first female executive in 1971 and chairwoman in 1995. Under her leadership, L'Oreal expanded its reach globally and became one of the world's largest cosmetic companies. Ms. Graul retired from L'Oreal in 2006 but remained involved in the company as its honorary chairwoman. She was also a board member of several other companies, including Hermes and Veolia. Danielle Graul was widely respected for her business acumen and her commitment to corporate social responsibility. She'll be remembered as a visionary leader and a powerful advocate for women's rights. Povel Dissing. Povel Dissing, one of Denmark's most prolific and well-known singer-songwriters, died on Tuesday at the age of 77. Dissing was best known for his work with the band Refusal, which he founded in 1965. The group was highly influential in the Danish music scene, and their work helped to pioneer the use of electronic instruments in pop music. Dissing continued to perform and release solo albums throughout his career, and he was also a successful author and poet. In recent years, he'd been performing with the Copenhagen Philharmonic Orchestra. His death was announced by his son, Nikolai Dissing. Vincent de Rosa. The world lost a true pioneer on March 18th when Vincent de Rosa passed away at the age of 93. A classically trained French horn player, de Rosa was best known for his work as a studio musician in Hollywood. He appeared on the soundtracks of some of the most popular films of the 20th century, including The Godfather, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, and Star Wars. In addition to his work, DeRosa also had a long and successful career as a solo artist and chamber musician. He recorded more than 30 albums and toured internationally with some of the world's most prestigious orchestras. Vincent DeRosa was an uncompromising artist who left a lasting mark on the world of music. He will be dearly missed by all those who knew him. Hobie Billingsley. On Tuesday, the surfing world was dealt a tragic blow with the news that Hobie Billingsley has passed away. Hobie was one of the most beloved figures in the sport, known for his infectious smile and easygoing personality. He was also an incredibly talented surfer, winning multiple competitions and earning a sponsorship from Quicksilver. Hobie's death is a devastating loss for the surfing community. He'll be deeply missed by all who knew him. Our thoughts go out to Hobie's family and friends during this difficult time. Cesar Pedroso. Cesar Pedroso, best known as the bassist and founding member of the Cuban band Los Van Van, died on Monday at the age of 66. Pedroso was born in Havana in 1954 and started playing music at a young age. He joined Los Van Van in 1971, and the band quickly rose to prominence in Cuba with their unique blend of Cuban sun, African rhythms, and funk. Pedroso remained with the band for nearly 50 years, touring the world and winning multiple Grammy Awards. His death is a huge loss for the Cuban music community, and he will be deeply missed. Ada Amat. The entertainment world was dealt a tragic blow today with the death of Ada Amat. The veteran actress was best known for her roles in soap operas like Tinsel and Checkmate, but she also appeared in several movies and stage productions. Amat was a gifted performer who was able to evoke both laughter and tears with her powerful acting. She'll be deeply missed by fans all over the world. Amat leaves behind a lasting legacy of great performances that will be remembered for years to come. Claes Oldenburg. Claes Oldenburg, one of the most influential artists of the 20th century, died on Tuesday at the age of 93. A major figure in the pop art movement, Oldenburg is best known for his giant sculptures of everyday objects, from ice cream cones to clothespins. His work challenged traditional notions of what art could be, and he had a profound impact on subsequent generations of artists. Oldenburg's death is a significant loss to the art world, but his legacy will continue to inspire artists for years to come. Jak Knight. On September 3rd, the world lost a groundbreaking comedian. Jak Knight was just 28 years old when he died unexpectedly, but in his short time on Earth he left a lasting impression. Jak was known for his boundary-pushing humor and ability to make people laugh at things they never thought they would. He pushed the envelope in a way that few comedians dared to, and for that he will always be remembered. Jak was also a strong advocate for social justice, using his platform to speak out against racism and inequality. In the wake of his death, fans and friends have been sharing their memories of Jak online, highlighting not only his comedic talent but also his kind heart and fearlessness. He'll be deeply missed by all who knew him and by the comedy community as a whole. Jak Knight was truly a one-of-a-kind, and he'll never be forgotten. James Caan. James Caan, best known for his roles in The Godfather and Misery, died on Tuesday at the age of 83. Caan's career spanned over 6 decades, and he appeared in nearly 100 films. He was nominated for an Academy Award for his role in The Rain People, and he won a Golden Globe for his performance in Brian's Song. Caan was also a successful television actor, starring in shows like Vegas and Elf. In recent years, he'd been suffering from ill health, and he died surrounded by his family. Caan was a true Hollywood legend, and he will be deeply missed. Lenny Von Dohlen. Lenny Von Dohlen, best known for his roles in Twin Peaks and The Return of the Living Dead, died on December 30th at the age of 66. Von Dohlen began his career in the 1970s, appearing in small roles on television like The Waltons and Emergency. In 1980, he landed his breakout role as Harlan Haskell in George A. Romero's cult classic The Return of the Living Dead. Von Dohlen would go on to have a successful career in film and television, appearing in films like Batman Forever and TV shows like Twin Peaks and Legally Blonde the Musical. Von Dohlen's final role was in the 2017 film Angry Men. He's survived by his partner, actress Karen Kay. Mickey Rooney Jr. It's with great sadness that we learned of the passing of Mickey Rooney Jr. yesterday. He's a beloved husband, father, and grandfather, and will be deeply missed by all who knew him. Rooney was born in Los Angeles in 1920, the son of vaudeville performers Mickey Rooney Sr. and Edna Mae Scott. He followed in his parents' footsteps, appearing in a number of films and stage productions throughout his career. Some of the most memorable roles were in the Andy Hardy films, in which he played the teenage son of a small-town sheriff, Andy Hardy, played by his father. Rooney's personal life was marked by tragedy. His first wife, actress Martha Vickers, died of cancer in 1971, and his second wife, Barbara Ann Thomason, drowned in a swimming pool accident in 1977. In addition, his son Teddy committed suicide in 1966. Despite these experiences, Rooney remained a kind and compassionate man, always quick to offer a helping hand to those in need. He's survived by his third wife, Jan Chamberlain, and 4 children. Our thoughts and prayers are with them at this difficult time. Paul Ryder. It's with great sadness that we announce the death of Paul Ryder. Paul was a beloved husband, father, and grandfather who will be deeply missed by all who knew him. He was a kind and gentle soul who always had a smile on his face, even in the darkest of times. Paul was an avid outdoorsman and enjoyed spending time hiking, fishing, and camping with his family. He was also a talented musician and played the guitar and banjo. Paul was a man of strong faith and was an active member of his church. He was always willing to lend a helping hand to those in need. Paul's life was an example of how to live with kindness, compassion, and love. He'll be deeply missed by all who knew him. Eugenio Scalfari. Eugenio Scalfari, the founder of La Repubblica, Italy's leading left-leaning newspaper, died on Tuesday at the age of 94. A towering figure in Italian politics and media, Scalfari was a fierce critic of Silvio Berlusconi and a supporter of the European Union. He was also a staunch atheist, and his newspaper was often at the forefront of debates about religion and secularism. In his later years, Scalfari became increasingly critical of the Catholic Church, and he was an outspoken opponent of Pope Benedict XVI's policies on contraception and abortion. In 2006, he wrote an open letter to then-President George W. Bush protesting the Iraq War, and he later called for a United States of Europe in an interview with The Guardian. Scalfari will be remembered as one of Italy's most influential public intellectuals. Charlotte Valandre. It's with great sadness that we report the death of Charlotte Valandre, one of France's most beloved actresses. She was best known for her roles in films like La Vie en Rose and Céline, but she was also a stage actress and a director. Valandre was diagnosed with cancer in 2009, and she bravely fought the disease for years. She died at the age of 54. Valandre will be remembered as a talented actress and fearless artist who touched the lives of many. Bramwell Tovey. Bramwell Tovey, a British composer and conductor who served as the music director of the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra for 2 decades, died on Tuesday at his home in Vancouver. He was 78. The cause was cancer. His daughter, Sophie Tovey, said, "Mr. Tovey conducted orchestras around the world and composed works for film, television, and theater. But he was best known for his work with the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra, which he led from 2000 to 2018. Under his baton, the orchestra made numerous recordings and won several awards, including a Juno Award, Canada's highest honor for music. Mr. Tovey also helped to raise the profile of Canadian composers, commissioning and performing works by younger artists. Bramwell Tovey was one of the most respected musicians of our time," said Simon Rattle, the conductor of the London Symphony Orchestra, in a statement. His loss will be deeply felt by all who knew him and by the many who experienced his great artistry. Monty Norman. On Wednesday, the world lost a true icon. Monty Norman, best known for his work on the James Bond theme song, passed away at the age of 91. Norman was born in London in 1928 and began his career as a musician, performing with some of the biggest names in jazz. He later turned to composition, and it was his work on the film Dr. No that would ultimately make him a household name. The theme song he wrote for the film, the James Bond theme, became one of the most recognizable pieces of music in the world. Norman continued to work with Bond films throughout his career, and his work helped to define the sound of the franchise. He will be dearly missed by fans all over the world. Michael Barratt. On April 26, 2017, Michael Barratt passed away after a long battle with cancer. A former astronaut and professor, Barratt served as a commander on multiple space shuttle missions and spent more than 1,600 hours in space. He also played a key role in developing the International Space Station, and his work helped to pave the way for future human exploration of the universe. In addition to his many contributions to the field of space exploration, Barratt was also an accomplished pilot and an avid outdoorsman. He'll be remembered as a trailblazer who pushed the boundaries of what's possible. His legacy will live on through the countless lives he touched and the countless miles he traveled. Anne Shulgin. Anne Shulgin, a renowned chemist and author who was instrumental in introducing MDMA to psychologists in the 1970s for therapeutic use, died on August 19th at her home in Berkeley, California. She was 86. Shulgin's work with MDMA, which is also known as ecstasy, led to its widespread use as a party drug in the 1980s and 90s, but it also showed promising results as a treatment for anxiety to PTSD. In 1987, Shulgin and her husband, Sasha, wrote a book called Phi-Cal, a Chemical Love Story, which detailed their experience with more than 200 psychedelic compounds. The book became required reading for many people interested in mind-altering substances. Shulgin's work helped to demystify the world of psychoactive drugs and showed that they could be used safely and responsibly. She'll be missed by many who benefited from her intellect and generosity. L.Q. Jones. L.Q. Jones, a character actor who appeared in more than 150 films and television shows over the course of his 7-decade career, died on Friday at the age of 96. Born Justice Ellis McQueen in Beaumont, Texas, Jones began his career as a contract player at Warner Brothers in the 1950s. He appeared in a number of westerns during this period, including The Tall Men in 1955 and Rio Bravo in 1959. In later years, he became best known for his work with director Sam Peckinpah, appearing in such films as The Wild Bunch, 1969, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, 1973, and Convoy, 1978. Jones also had a prolific television career, appearing on shows like Perry Mason, The Twilight Zone, and Gunsmoke. In recent years, he had a recurring role on the TNT drama Breaking Bad. Jones was married to actress Olivia de Havilland from 1969 to 1979. He's survived by his second wife, actress Carol Nugent, and 3 children. Adam Wade. Adam Wade, star of stage and screen, died yesterday at the age of 72. A cause of death has not been announced. Wade was best known for his work in the theater, but he also appeared in a number of films and television shows. He won Tony Awards for his performances in A Streetcar Named Desire and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. His film credits include The Godfather and Reds. He's survived by his wife, 2 sons, and 4 grandchildren. Adam Wade will be greatly missed by all who knew him. Gregory Itzin. On Tuesday, Gregory Itzin passed away at the age of 72. Itzin was best known for his role as President Charles Logan on the hit TV show 24. He appeared in a total of 43 episodes over the course of the show's 8-season run. In addition to 24, Itzin also had roles on NCIS, The Mentalist, and The Practice. He'll be remembered as a versatile and talented actor who made a lasting impression on audiences around the world. Gregory Itzin will be greatly missed. Larry Storch. Larry Storch, the New York-born comic actor best known for his work on the 1960s sitcom F Troop, died Monday at the age of 94, his daughter-in-law said. According to Andrea Faye Stockter, Storch's health had began to decline since he suffered a fall in December 2018. Storch's career began in the early 1940s when he started working as a stand-up comedian in clubs around New York City. He soon began appearing on radio and television programs, including The Steve Allen Show and The Milton Berle Show. In 1965, he landed the role of Corporal Randolph Agard on F Troop, a comedy about a group of hapless soldiers stationed at Fort Courage during the Civil War. The show aired for 2 seasons on ABC and became a cult classic thanks in part to Storch's card-playing character's catchphrase, "Horse Feathers." After F Troop ended its run, Storch guest starred on a number of popular shows, including Love, American Style, Fantasy Island, and The Love Boat. He also appeared in several films, including The Ghost Breakers, 1940, Arabian Nights, 1942, and For Those Who Think Young, 1964. In addition to his work as an actor and comedian, Storch was also a singer and musician. He released several albums over the course of his career, including psychedelic pop record Transistorized in 1967, and country music album Cackle Fever 1972. Larry Storch is survived by his son Steve and 3 grandchildren. Cacho Fontana. On October 12th, Argentine artist Cacho Fontana died at the age of 72. Fontana was best known for his colorful and whimsical paintings, which often featured animals and fairy tale scenes. His work was loved by both children and adults, and he became one of the most popular artists in Argentina. In addition to his paintings, Fontana also wrote and illustrated several books for children. He'll be remembered as a talented artist who brought joy to many people.